Para empezar, para empezar, para empezar. What does this mean? This means to start with or for a start. So this is used when you want to list a few things. It's like saying first off, dot, 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 dot. Or to start with, dot, 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 for a start, dot, dot, dot. So you're pretty much listing things, but you want to start off by saying something specifically. But this phrase is really good for those situations when you want to start saying something and you say the first thing, and then you can continue your list if you want, but it's quite interesting. Para empezar is very similar to start with or for a start. Now let's look at some examples. The first example is para empezar es demasiado caro. Para empezar es demasiado caro. And of course you can continue with the list of things that you want to say, but we're saying the first thing, okay? So what does this mean? This means to start with, it's too expensive. Sorry. To start with, it's too expensive. Okay, so maybe you are with someone and you want to buy something. Maybe the other person wants to buy something, and your partner, it could be your partner saying, hey, we should get a car. Okay, let's get this car. But you think it's too expensive, then you can say, para empezar es demasiado caro. So we can't afford that. It's too expensive. To start with, it's too expensive. And then you can say, y no me gusta el color. And I don't like the color, of the car. So this is quite good. This is a very helpful phrase if you want to say something like that. Let's break this down. Para empezar. Para empezar. To start with. Es. It's. Once again, right here in the middle, you can say el carro. You can say a noun. The car, or eso means it. Eso es demasiado caro. But remember, in Spanish, we don't need a pronoun here because we're already talking about somebody or something, or we're talking about a specific thing like a car. So that's why we don't have it here. Es, we just need es. Similar to saying in this situation, it's. Demasiado means too. Caro, expensive. Okay? Caro, I like that word because it's very short. Caro, expensive. Okay? Caro, cara, if we're using feminine nouns, but in this situation we're talking about a car, el carro, el coche, el auto, and that is a masculine noun. Okay? I mean, it could be something else masculine that we're talking about, but if we're talking about a car, this works. But yeah, caro is masculine. And remember, if, for example, we're talking about a house, la casa is feminine, so you will have to change this to demasiada cara, okay? Because we need to use this same grammatical gender when talking about nouns. So demasiado is an adverb, and that can be feminine or masculine. Demasiado masculine, demasiada feminine. Okay? We need to match the gender all the time. Remember that. Now the next one, guys. The next example. Oh boy, okay. No estoy trabajando allí. No estoy trabajando allí. Para empezar, es demasiado lejos. No estoy trabajando allí. Para empezar, es demasiado lejos. We're using again demasiado. Did you notice that? Very interesting. This means I'm not working there for a start. It's too far. Okay? And then obviously you can add more to that. It's too far. It's, I don't know, I don't like the salary. I would not like to work there, and so on. You can go on and on, of course. But we're talking about a job that is way too far, and you don't want to go there. You don't want to work there. Let's break this down. No estoy, similar to saying yo no estoy. We don't need yo. No estoy, I'm not. Okay. Trabajando, working. Allí. Some people in Spanish, some Spanish speakers say allí, allí. Some others say allí, allí. Okay, so the double L sound can be different. It depends on the country, the region, and so on, accents and whatnot. So just keep in mind that allí is pronounced allí and allí, okay? It's interesting. Allí means there. Allí. There. I like that word. It's pretty nice. Para empezar, we have the phrase we're learning. For a start, es demasiado lejos. It's too far. Once again, we don't need to have a noun, or we don't have to if we already know what we're talking about. But if you're talking about a job, then you can say el trabajo, okay? El trabajo, but you're already saying that you're not working there, so you know what you're talking about, okay? That's why we just have es, which means is, but it's similar to saying eats, okay? Demasiado, too, you know what that means. Lejos, lejos means far, okay? Lejos. Lejos doesn't change, it stays the same, you know? It doesn't have a feminine or masculine. It has only lejos. Lejos is lejos. Okay? And yeah, that's an adverb. It means far. Far away, far. Okay? Demasiado. Lejos. I would even remember this phrase here. Demasiado lejos. Too far. Okay? And it's often, you don't have to change it at all. Es demasiado lejos, it's too far. So you can learn that phrase. Remember, memorize that phrase if you want. Just remember that it means it's too far. Okay? Excellent. So we can have para empezar at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle. But you won't have it, not likely, you won't have it. It's unlikely that you will have it at the end of a sentence. Para empezar, that phrase. That phrase is almost, I would say it's often at the beginning or in the middle of any sentence. Okay. Para empezar, to start with, for a start.